We're live now, Chair.
That's great. Any apology? Trisha?
Yes, we have an apology from Councillor Priest.
Okay, and Trisha, I've got a problem as I found you this morning. I've got tablet. I've got problem with the emails. You see, I can't see agenda at all. Is there any chance somebody can put agenda in front of me so I can carry on with that?
Just a moment, Chair.
I've got an agenda, but it's in a tablet because I'm on a line now here. I don't know how to bring it on the side for me.
Listen, Chairman, you are not the only one. I've got the problem as well. I could not sort it out last week.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Uncle Babaji,
Yeah.
सत श्री अकाल कुलवंत हैं जी.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness, I can't recognize you.
How are you, sir? ठीक है?
You've gone grey.
I'm catching you up.
Yeah. Trisha,
Yes.
I know this gentleman, so shall I abstain from the meeting or?
We need 3 members to recall it. Councillor Rowe.
How many you got now?
Because
Councillor Dalu leaves. We've only got the 2.
he used to live 2 days away from me. So
then.
although he's not living there now anymore, so you think I have to declare an interest and leave the meeting?
How well do you know the applicant, Councillor Dalu?
Sorry?
How well do you know the applicant?
Oh, long time.
David,
Although we haven't met each other from few years since he left that property, so but I definitely that's why he recognized me. He said, "Hello, uncle." So best thing is for me to not to take part. Yeah.
Well, ultimately, this is a matter for the councillor. Clearly, we could see that there was a familiarity between the applicant and the councillor because of their exchanges at the beginning of the meeting. And clearly, Councillor Dalu's gut reaction is that he should retire.
Yeah.
As the Democratic Services Officer has correctly advised, that would leave us in chorus.
Yeah.
So my advice is that I think Councillor Dalu shouldn't take part in this meeting. That is his gut feeling as well.
Good.
That does leave us in chorus. If that were to be the case, as far as the licence is concerned, the Local Government Act basically says that the application that Mr. Singh has put in remains as it is, and the licence that he currently holds remains as it is. So he won't be operating unlicensed. So he won't be prejudiced in any way in terms of his business. It just means that we will have to make what could be, I'm not predetermining, could be a fairly, I don't think we've had any objections to the application. So with that in mind, we could be adjourning for what could be a short meeting in the not too distant future. But I don't think in the current circumstance it would be appropriate to consider the matter if we can't get a substitute councillor at short notice.
Yeah. That's the only way I think.
And that's clearly what Councillor Dalu thinks as well. So
we are setting up a meeting for next Tuesday, Chair, so we could reschedule the matter for next week if that's suitable.
I think that's a sensible thing because as Mr. Dalu didn't know that before, and now just recognize basically the applicant recognize him basically.
I can recognize him now as well. Yeah. I think best thing to have. I took advice from David. Best to take part. Yeah.
As David advised you, I think you shouldn't be taking a part in the meeting. So this is the.
don't leave. Mr. Singh, could we ask you to leave and we'll invite you to the rescheduled meeting?
Can I just address Mr. Singh so that he's absolutely clear as to what's happened?
Yeah.
Because
Thank
obviously
you, David.
he's turned up today. The position is this, Mr. Singh. Okay, you haven't done anything wrong at all. Okay.
Yeah.
The law basically says that when councillors make decisions, if they have what they think is an interest to declare, then they have to declare it. The issue being we can't have biased decisions that might be influenced by councillors knowing the people that they are dealing with.
Right.
And it became apparent that clearly you had known each other and you'd known each other for a time going back some while.
Yeah.
Ultimately, this is a matter for the councillor. And I think Councillor Dalu was a little bit uncomfortable because he knew you quite well. The problem is that on the basis that he is not comfortable in taking part in the meeting, that means we have 2 councillors. Okay, we have a quorum of 3.
Okay.
Basically, we are now in a position where we can't make the decision because we have a councillor coming in at short notice.
Yeah.
So that's why we're a bit hamstrung. So now I'm going to tell you about your licence, okay? Under the Local Government Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1982, there is a specific provision in paragraph 11 that says that provided you make your application before your current licence expires, the current licence that you have remains valid and licenses you until your new application is dealt with.
Okay.
So what we're going to have to do, and I think the proposal is that we postpone the matter until next Tuesday, when we have another committee meeting. If that's the way we do go about things, and I bear in mind next Tuesday is an alcohol licensing committee, I think. But if we can do that, then your licence as it stands will carry over until next Tuesday anyway.
We're not open till June anyway.
You're not open till June anyway. And I understand that basically you've made your application, and as often happens, we've had no objections to your application. I think I'm correct in saying that.
Yeah.
So that's the backdrop. We've had an application with no objections.
Yeah.
So I think what we're saying to you is we're apologising in a polite way because clearly we hadn't foreseen this, nor the Councillor Dalu, because he didn't know who you were. We can't deal with it today, but you are not prejudiced, and we will deal with it probably next Tuesday, even if it's not next Tuesday, as soon as possible. But your old licence is preserved until we do deal with it.
Yeah, will you send me confirmation of when?
I will do. Is there an email address on your application for the licence?
Yeah.
I will email you, Mr. Singh, and just confirm this decision for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
So the decision is really, one of the councillors has declared an interest. We're therefore in for it, and therefore we're going to defer the matter to a later date.
No problem. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for attending.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
So I'm hanging up now, yeah?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Singh.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. We need to confirm the minutes of the meeting held on the 11th of January, please.
Yeah. Mr. Dalu, were you there? Or Mr. Eves? Susan Eve? Can't hear you.
Yes.
You confirm the minutes, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you. Anybody have to declare the interest at the next agenda?
Thank you, Chair. You now need to move that we're going to private session. So if you could confirm that the public and press are going to be excluded from the rest of the meeting. This is to avoid the possible disclosure of exempt information under Schedule 12A to the Local Government Act 1972 relating to an individual or information relating to any action taken or to be taken in connection with the prevention, investigation or prosecution of crime. If you could move that, Chair, and we could have approval, we can go to private session.
Chair,
Yeah.
Chair,
Um,
can I leave the meeting now or what?
You can join now.
Can I?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, yeah, there is another application, yeah.
That's the application being deferred to
Oh, yeah,
next meeting.
another application, yes. So I can stay in the meeting then for that application, yeah?
I moved that. I moved that, Trisha. So anybody second it?
That seconded and agreed.
Sorry?
Fine.
No.
Okay.
Can I stay in the meeting now because there's this other applicant?
Yes, you can stay, Mr.
Yeah.
Dudley. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll now move to private session. If we could send the live broadcast, please.
Right.